All right. Sorry about the holdup. 5 minutes late, but that's okay. Happy Easter. How you doing tonight, Kitty? Today, Kitty, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm a little disheveled. I had to run outside and get my traditional pizza bean meat
Beats again.
pie, meat pie for Easter. Us Italians like to make that. So my brother dropped that off. Anyway, it's Talk Soup, and we're about to go into episode 3, which now we're only halfway. That's again, there's only 6 episodes, so we're halfway through the series. So we're about to go over that, and that's it. Coming soon. Coming soon. What the fuck did that mean?
I was like, coming soon. The theater.
I ran in here. I'm rushed. What are you gonna do? Now I can slow it down. Now I can talk slow and whatever. All right. So right before we went on, and before I had to run outside, I had told you that I actually liked this episode the most out of the 3. And again, we've only had 3 episodes, but I felt, and I'm not saying the other episodes weren't good or they weren't comparable, but I just felt like, because we got Zemo, because we got now Sharon Carter's in this episode, Bucky and Falcon still going at it. Bucky had more action, I felt. So it was little things, those little things attributed why I like this episode just a little bit more. But what did you think of the episode overall?
It was a good episode. I think it wasn't my favorite.
All right.
I liked it.
He likes the first episode. I like the first episode. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great episode. Don't get me wrong. I had a little bit of a confusing moment in it though. Smiling Tiger was supposed to be mute, right? I'm assuming because he's a mute character.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know anything about Smiling Tiger.
He wasn't speaking. I mean, that was like his whole guise and his whole premise. When he was speaking, when the bartender, he wasn't having any type of speaking roles or moments. And that's pretty much his character. Like he's a mute, character. But then when he gets up and he's speaking to Selby and his phone rings, he like picks up the phone and speaks. And I'm like, I was totally thrown off. I'm like, well, what's that whole character, guys? I was totally thrown off. I was like, was that another Marvel mistake again? I didn't know what was going on. It threw me off.
Are you saying Smiling Tiger is mute in the comics?
Yes, he's a mute character in the comics. And I thought that was his whole guise, like, especially when he walks into the bar, gets a drink, and they were talking to him. He wasn't speaking. He was just, doing his reflex and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, his phone rings and says, pick it up. And he's like, hello. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here?
Well, so again, I didn't know that Smiling Tiger is mute in the comics. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they're going to do in the series. But I took his silence as he didn't know, or he didn't want to fuck up the role. He's playing a role. I think, how is he supposed to know how Smiling Tiger sounds? So I thought maybe he was just keeping mums and keeping mute because he just didn't want to fuck up the role. And then going back to the answering the phone part, that might have been the test, but obviously it wouldn't have mattered what his sister said on the other line. Him just saying anything would have thrown the character off. But that's only if that's what they're doing in the series or in the MCU itself, or
I didn't know what his character was going to be until he was at the bar, and I was like, okay, they're going to follow along. He's not speaking. Right. He's not doing anything. I was like, cool. And all of a sudden, like, he gets up and I'm like, whoa, this just threw me off. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah. So that adds more to that scene now, because like I said, I had no idea he was mute. And I thought it was more about what was the person on the other line. Well, who was the person on the other line? And that's what she wanted to know. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, she wanted it to be revealing it to what he is. Is he the real deal or not? So obviously with him saying anything, it didn't throw the characters, throw any suspicion her way. So now wants to assume that he is a mute in this series.
Yeah. That was the only type of thing that threw me. I did like.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. If he is mute in the comics, I don't think Marvel would make a mistake like that. They would know
Yeah.
that character is mute.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I liked Sharon Carter. She had a really, because I like that, in Civil War, in those movies, she had a really like minor role, and she's like a useless character to me anyways. It seemed like she was just a character to be there for like a girl for Captain America kind of like.
Yeah,
And I kind of like that in here. She was so like badass. I
she
liked,
was.
you
She, I mean, she's off the reservations as well. I mean, she's on the run.
know.
We don't even know who she's working for. She could even be working. There's rumors or speculation that she's working for the power broker herself.
Hmm.
So, that remains to be seen. And the other thing that I found very interesting in this episode, and I think it's a little bit more telling, at least the way I took it, of where John Walker's character of the U.S. agent or Captain America is going, because in that scene where he's interrogating that guy to find out where those flag smashes are, where that girl is and where everything else is, they call it vaccination. So the funny thing is, somebody brought this up really quick on another YouTube channel, and apparently because of reshoots, originally I think what her mother or what that woman was dying of was, because this was written before the pandemic, was something of like a global virus. That's why when Bucky was in that container what was it, a truck or a train? I can't remember. It was a train or a truck that they were on fighting. It was a truck, right?
Yeah, the truck.
Okay. So when he went into the truck and she was in it, he says at first, there's a whole thing, there's all vaccines in here. They stole vaccinations to help out whoever they were trying to help out because they had this apparently virus. They changed it with dubbing to, I think she had tuberculosis or something like that she was dying of, and then the other people were dying of something else. So that was just a little interesting. But anyway, what was interesting about that scene with John Walker is that when he was interrogating that guy, he said, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "I don't care." Like he doesn't have respect for him. He didn't. If that was Steve Rogers, you bet you damn well he was probably going to say something. So you got to feel in him, he's gonna, he's getting more like, even the scene with him and Battlestar talking. Battlestar looked like he was maybe even leaning one way, like where he's sort of good. And Walker, I think, because he might take that personal, or because he'll know that he's never going to really fill those shoes of Steve Rogers, he might actually, I think he's going to end up taking the super serum. At least I think. I mean, unless he already did, and we were talking about that too. I mean, how can you throw a shield like that without having any super strength or whatever? But he might go that way, or at least just be that evil person, because that's what it looked like. He was going in that dark path because of that disrespect.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you take it again? I don't know. That was just my take. Did you take that with that scene?
I mean, I feel like his end goal is he wants to be this symbol for America, and people are not respecting him in
Yeah.
that way. And he's going to try everything in his power to get that respect one way or another. So, yeah.
And taking a shortcut might be the answer as
And
well.
taking a shortcut is going to be the answer.
To
Absolutely.
level the field, and he says he's hoping on the last few. I mean, look, again, we only got 3 episodes left, and honestly, the great thing about this series is not one time did I feel compelled, except minor inquiries or questions, but we never really, since the episode 1, we haven't sat here and said, well, I think we're going to get this cameo or this is going to happen. Like, there's really no way to predict or even like have any type of hype as far as who's going to show up, who's this and that. And I kind of like that, because that means each week we watch it, we're not going to get, our hopes crushed when it doesn't happen. And I
Right.
do like that about that series. I like that it's compact. I like the characters that we have in it. I love Falcon. I love Bucky. And you've said this too, I love their, the banter, their back and forth. I love the chemistry they have on screen together. So now you add Zemo. Now Zemo's, and I thought it was cool the way he was like, going step by step, how he would get him out. And while that was happening, Zemo was actually breaking out. I thought that was really cool. But there was a lot of things about that episode that I did like. And that's why
Yeah.
especially, and Zemo's one of them. What'd you think of the last character we saw right before the end credits?
Oh, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Obviously she's there to, either put him back or kill him.
Exactly. I think she wants him dead though because of
Hello.
yeah. Hello there, Merry Easter, Joe and Kitty. Thank you, Team Lucky. I appreciate that very much. Merry Easter to you as well.
Merry Easter.
Thank you so much for coming on. And of course, I don't want to skip over him. Can't unfortunately stay around for long, guys, but have a good one. Thank you very much, Lewis. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. But yeah, so her character showing up, AO, we first saw her in Civil War. She was like, chief security. There was tension between her and who was it? Was it not Bucky? What was the tension? Who was the tension she had with? Was it Black Widow? She was about to go. She was about to go with someone, and Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, kind of like stepped in. I can't remember now who it was. I can't remember if it was a female character like Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, or
I don't.
he's like, as much as I would like to see this battle, I think he said. Anyway, either way, so she was in Civil War. Obviously, she was in Black Panther, and then the last time we saw her, she was in Infinity War.
Infinity Wars.
She was in that room guarding Vision, and she battled whatever whoever was coming in. That guy Corbus something. Corbus. I honestly can't remember the characters, but the guy that went after Vision while right after Scarlet Witch left the room. So, we got to see her character. That was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm wondering what she or how she's going to fit. If any, I'm assuming she's not going to have a huge role because there's only so much room to fit her in 3 episodes left. But I thought that was kind of cool. And now you got somebody that's going to be hunting after Zemo. I'm also wondering what Zemo's endgame is. Because he's against the super serum. He is. He doesn't want that. But I'm wondering because apparently he's part of the Thunderbolts in the comics, if I'm not mistaken. He actually joins that group. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I'm wondering if that's even more of a nod or even more of a clue of we might get the Thunderbolts pop up at one point in the MCU. Especially with the serum out. Because now, what did they say? There was 20 serum vials that were out.
Yep.
And we only know of the 8 that took it. Because that's what they had said. They said we have at least 8 super soldiers. So I'm wondering where the other 12 is and who's going to get that. Are we even, the only thing I'm going to ask is, are we going to get Abomination? Are we going to get a little cameo of Abomination? I know he's a Hulk character, but he's also part of that, because of Thunderbolt Ross. And because he did take, he didn't take the same thing that Steve Rogers had. He didn't take the Erskine formula, but he did take another type of formula that they were trying to replicate. And apparently and I think that's what that guy who was in the lab, he was the closest to replicate Erskine's formula that Steve Rogers got. So he wants to know about your kitty. Your kitty. Kitty, he wants to know about your kitty. Kitty wants to know what your tattoo is on your left arm. How'd you even see that?
I think because I was doing this
one. Okay.
It's a spoon. It's
Is that a ribbon around it?
Yeah, it's for my my autoimmune.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Easy, Joe. I'm fairly new here. That's what happens. You come into a stream, you get some kitty. There you go. Well, I mean, every Sunday, pretty much you get a dose of kitty anyway, right? So it's not like I'm wrong.
You get a kitty, and you get a kitty.
Everyone gets a kitty.
Everybody gets kitty.
Happy Easter. But yeah, no, I was wondering because I didn't even realize when you put your arm up, the tattoo comes up. But that was a nice catch there. So yeah, I'm just wondering, and then of course you have Isaiah Bradley's character. He got
That's kind of a mention to a nod to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he got that. Which dose did he get though? Was that said?
I think I wrote that down. She said,
"Got it. Signed you up. You're done. Yearly subscription of Kitty."
Did I?
Yeah, I can't remember if they said that he was in. No, because if Isaiah Bradley was around the time Captain America was frozen, right? And this was decades ago. There's no way it was that scientist. It couldn't have been. It had to have been Erskine's formula that they used.
Yeah, she said they were talking about.
They said they got the sample from a test
But those 20,
subject.
so those 20 vials of
Were
blood were made from
from
his.
Bradley's.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what it was. That's
yeah,
why he was mentioned. Okay. So the
yeah.
vials that scientist was making, it starts with a W. I can't remember his name. It's not Weasel. What was his
Wilford Nagel.
Nagel? I knew
Yeah,
there was a W, but I thought it was
yeah.
attached to the last name. Okay. So what Nagel was producing was from samples of Isaiah Bradley's.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So those 20 vials are from him. Yeah.
Do you
So
think he was telling the truth? Do you think there were no serums in that lab? Because it looked like when the explosion had happened and the vials fell down, it looked like there was a couple or maybe one missing. Is it possible somebody took something? Maybe Zemo.
I think so. I think somebody has something. But
Yeah.
I think that if there were vials in the lab, I don't think they would have blown up the lab. But I
Right.
think there is a vial somewhere.
Right.
There has to be there's
Right.
got to be some type of replication somewhere.
Because why else would Zemo? Because Zemo killed him for a reason. Either one YouTuber had said that he knew that he was on Zemo's list to execute or something like that, or he was on Zemo's list to hunt down, or he knew he didn't want Nagel to maybe tell them or let them know that there was a serum in that lab, and that's why he killed him so he can grab it and run. I don't know. I don't know the motive for that, but I'm thinking maybe there was at least one vial, and he might to try to like get inside Walker's head. He might be the one that gives Walker that serum if there was one in that lab. Again, these are. I mean, this is. I don't think I'm right, but and again, it's as far as I'm going with the tinfoil hat thing. This as far as I'm going as far as speculation goes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, we're halfway through. I like the Madripoor. I like the those scenes. I like the nightclub. I like when you see Zemo dancing. I thought
Yeah,
that was
Zemo
funny.
dancing is funny. Yeah,
But
I
what
like that. I like that imaginary. I like in comics when they have like that whole imaginary thing. Like, but that Madripoor, I like that whole imaginary.
and I didn't know how much of a strong tie that Wolverine had to Madripoor. I really didn't know. But apparently the comics, and there's a nod. I think one of the bar was called the Princess Bar or something like that, and that's where the Wolverine would go and get his drinks or whatever. But so there's a lot of things that I'm not going to catch because I'm not really a comic book reader. But I like to find out about these Easter eggs. That's why I watch the other YouTube channels to give me that little knowledge here and there. But I like that scene. But I also love the Winter Soldier. So when Bucky goes into his his rages,
Yeah.
and I know he was doing it just for show. He didn't succumb to, Nemo's control. But my favorite part about Winter Soldier is his theme.
Mhm.
And when you hear him fighting and you hear that theme scream through through the speakers, I thought it was really cool. And it's just kick ass, and I want to see more Bucky action. I really do.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of my favorite characters. But
Absolutely.
yeah. And these episodes, although I thought it was action packed, it does feel compact, and it's not compact in a way where these are short episodes. Because I think it was like 49 minutes without credits, something like
It
that.
feels so long when you're
Yeah.
watching them. Because the complaint about WandaVision was like, oh my god, that goes by too short.
Yeah.
But these ones, it's like it feels so long when you watch. Like I keep pausing it, going, God, how much longer do I have?
Well, you know why I think it is? I think that is because, and this is nothing against WandaVision because I love that series a lot. And it was not really one episode I can say, I didn't like it. But with WandaVision, I noticed that just as something was either revealed or like there was some type of like a pick me up in that episode,
They would cut it off.
yeah, it would be please stand by.
Mm-hmm.
You'd get the end credits. With Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's paced enough where there's some slow parts, but it's paced enough with its action. They're not waiting for like, oh, here's a reveal and then end credits, except for with Ao's reveal, but that's not really a major thing.
Yeah.
It is and it isn't. It's cool to see her character, but at the same time,
I mean, but you know why she's there. There's a connection.
Yeah.
There's no like, why is Ao there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's Reed Richards.
Yeah.
There was actually, I'm trying to remember it now. It's funny that I said that. I think there's a tie-in to the Fantastic Four that was in this episode, and I fucking hate myself for forgetting now. I was like, oh shit. I think Latveria was mentioned.
Latvia.
No, Latvia is real.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't Latvia is a real country?
Yeah, they went to Latvia.
But I thought Latveria was mentioned. I thought that's what the YouTuber said, and that's where Dr. Doom is from.
No, I don't think so. Did it? Was it?
Oh, I thought that was.
They ended up in Latvia at the end.
What was that YouTuber saying? Damn it!
I don't know.
Wait, so maybe it is Latvia that Doom is from then?
That's where they were walking. That's where Ao was at. They were at Latvia at the end. They course corrected to Latvia.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's definitely not. Yeah. There's two different things. Latveria is the one where Doom is from, and that's a made up. That's fictional, which I thought. I knew I was saying it right, and I know Latvia is real. I thought maybe I mixed it up and was like, wait, maybe it is Latvia, but damn it. All right. So he was wrong.
Yeah, they were at Latvia. Yeah.
I feel stupid. No, I'm not saying. So I don't think he said where they were. I think a country or something was mentioned in a scene. I don't think he meant the end credit, the end scene where he sees Ao. I'm not talking about that. I got to go back and watch it. But he said something about Latveria, and he also said something about Doom. I already knew that Doom and Latveria were synonymous. I knew that. Mm-hmm. I just didn't remember hearing that. You might be 100% correct, and he might have heard Latvia wrong. Did they say Latvia on the screen, or Latvia was mentioned?
They said it when they were in the plane.
Okay.
Because they weren't originally going to Latvia.
Okay. So he heard it wrong. He heard it wrong.
I don't know. They could. I don't know. I just know that they were in the plane and they weren't originally going to Latvia.
That when Nemo says we're going a different.
We're going a different. Yeah.
Got it. I even like that where he goes, so wait, you were rich this whole time? He's like, I'm a baron.
Baron.
I was basically royalty until your friends blew up my country. I thought that was really cool. His cars were sick too. He had some sick cars.
I liked when they were like all fighting, and you think that Nemo was going to escape.
Yeah.
And he actually helps him.
Yeah. I thought so too. It looked a little suspicious when he reached for his, the gun. No, the other thing, the thing he's wearing, the mask.
Oh, his mask. Oh, yeah, and when he went to his car, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, what's his end game? That's why I'm saying, like, I know he's helping them now, but you gotta anticipate, or you gotta figure he's gonna turn, or he's gonna do something. He's got an agenda that we don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that plays out, and I'm wondering how it plays out between Ao and him. So it's something to look forward to and look for in the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, do you have anything else? Do you have any other questions or anything else I missed?
No.
Sometimes that's what I rely on you for, because I don't always catch things. And I do like the fact that you are more comic book oriented, as far as, you know a little bit more about the characters and their history or lore in the comic book world, because I can only really go by what the MCU gives me, with the exception of some comic characters like Spider-Man, or things that I personally love. I would never have known about Smiling Tiger being a mute,
Yeah.
And I think that was so what I'm thinking now, as I'm saying it, maybe him not saying things in the earlier parts of the episode where he was playing that role, that was a nod to him being a mute in the comics.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, well, I didn't, because they normally don't stick to the characters in these shows, and they're just drawing stuff for them. I'm like, okay, well, when he first got into the bar, I was like, maybe he's just playing this character. But when he stuck to being mute, I was like, cool, they're going to keep to this thing. I was like, this is cool. And all of a sudden he starts talking. I was like, "Whoa, I'm thrown off now. I have no idea what's going on anymore." So
And
yeah.
I love that he's like, what kind of pimp did he just say? An American pimp? What did he say as far as being? He looked like a pimp,
Uh,
didn't he?
I don't know. He just said he looked like a pimp, and Zemo was like, "Only Americans will see it that way."
Yeah, yeah. I actually like that. That was funny because it was. I mean, his outfit kind of looked like that had he been in America.
Hmm.
But for where they were, I thought he actually dressed the part, and that was actually pretty cool. I really did like that scene. I do like, but I can't get over. And they actually made a meme about like a little either a GIF or a meme of Baron Zemo dancing in the club. It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny, but it was it was cool.
Did you see the? Did you see what they did with the new Captain America character, where they dressed him up as the little dude and Up?
No,
Oh my god, it's
is that
hilarious.
where is that? I haven't seen that.
It's you can Google it. It's
All
like,
right, no, I
you
know,
know,
but where have you seen it on Facebook?
just reading it, like, coming up if you read
No,
about, yeah, if the little old man in Up is
yeah,
dressed Captain America, because it kind of looks like him in the face,
yeah, I get it because he's
and it
got that
says,
wide.
yeah, instead of Up it says Cap.
All right, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
That's funny. One thing I have been trying to stay away from. I'm guilty of doing this for the next thing we're going to talk about in a half hour, but I'm trying to stay away from promos for the next episodes
Oh yeah, yeah,
because I kind of did that with WandaVision and it didn't spoil anything, but I expected things a little bit more. Like I knew they were coming as far as WandaVision went, so I'm really am doing that. I'm doing that less with this one. The only promos I watched were before the series started. Because I want to be, I want to be surprised. I want to feel fresh. And the fact that we're only getting 6 episodes, I don't want anything spoiled anyway to begin with.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So I think that's it for our Falcon and Winter Soldier conversation. Of course, we'll do episode 4 next week. But guys, stick around in about 29 minutes. If you're interested, we're about to do our we missed the first episode. We can talk briefly about the first episode if you want, because it was such a great episode, and we're only up to 2, so it's not like it'd be such a long show if we did that. But we're gonna do our Mighty Ducks Game Changers episode 2 review and discussion upcoming at 1:00. So if you guys are interested in that, and if you've seen the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, which is also on Disney Plus, drops the same day as the Falcon Winter Soldiers on Fridays. Stick around, join us at 1 and let us know what you thought about that episode. But of course, drop a comment. Let us know what you thought about this episode. What do you think of the series so far as far as Falcon and Winter Soldier? And smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next week. Katie, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I was a little flustered when we first started and I was talking like a million miles a minute, but I had to run outside
Man's
and
got to get his meat pie.
I had to get my meat. But Team Lucky Finn, Lewis, thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for
Thank you.
commenting. And I will be sending you your kitty in the mail. The kitty is coming in the mail. All right, Kitty, I'll see you in about 25 minutes.
Awesome.
All right, bye.
Bye.